came out on top 10-0. Talking to Coach Cool, it's tough to beat the same team twice in a season. Talking to Coach Williams, the Discoverers left points on the board. Storylines abound as we enter tonight.
Yeah, two very well-coached teams, right? And two teams that are going to want to run the football and dictate pace to the other. We might have a very quick game here, the way both of these offenses like to operate and keep the ball on the ground.
You talk about momentum and coming into this game. You look at Kearney High, they were 3-3 midway through the season. They've rattled off 3 straight wins. Millard North, Columbus, which we mentioned, and most recently Omaha Bryan. Coach Cool says it's all about trusting the process. The boys are getting their feet fully under them, and they're in end-of-season form, which is exactly where you want to be at this point in the season.
Yeah, exactly right. Both Coach Cool and Coach Williams took a moment and talked to us a little bit there. And Coach Cool said, yeah, we won those last 3 games due to the fact that the kids stuck with the program, still came in, gave them good 2-a-days, lifting weights, practice afterwards. And Coach Williams saying things like, I've been coaching these guys since the 3rd grade. My son is the quarterback. These guys have stuck together through thick and thin. Ending the season on 2 losses didn't end their high hopes for this season, and here they are, the 9 seed on the road in Kearney.
To that point, and those 2 losses, Coach Williams said, yes, we lost 2 games coming into tonight, but those were against 2 playoff teams, Kearney and Millard North, and so it's all about this week. It's like, hey, guys, we saw 2 really great teams, and we've been in that playoff sort of mentality. Now we learn from it, put it all together, and get that win. And so that's what a good coach would do, take those negatives, turn them into positives.
And what an opportunity, right? They already played Kearney a couple weeks ago. Couple plays would have broke a different way. They might have came away with the victory. So they get a chance here in the playoffs to kind of right the ship, make that adjustment, and get one back here when it matters most.
We're about 7 minutes out. National Anthem's about to play. Stay with us. We'll talk key players when we return on our pregame show.
On your way to the big game or heading home after the win, Speedy Mart is the ultimate team stop.
Stay alive! Stay alive! Stay alive! Stay alive! You're bound to stay alive at Speedy Mart.
Icy cold drinks? Check. Tasty snacks? Double check. Fast fuel and room for the whole crew? You know it.
Be aggressive! And make sure to go to Speedy Mart after the game.
Darling, I believe everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry because you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do. Just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
We got your back.
The air inside your home can be 2 to 5 times more polluted than outside air. John Henry's priority is keeping your home safe and healthy for you and your family. Cleaning your home's air duct system is an important part of that goal. Our service professionals will clean your air ducts using top-of-the-line equipment that pulls air in reverse through the duct system, while using compressed air and agitation tools to remove unwanted particles. Once the air is discharged, it runs through 3 stages of filtration, leaving your air duct system restored and functioning cleaner than ever. Contact John Henry's today and schedule your steps to a healthier home.
Pre-game show is brought to you by Custom Sports. Look great for every game with custom team or business apparel from Custom Sports. Check them out at CustomSportsCo.com. This is Nebraska. It's beautiful and vast, dotted with hardworking rural communities. And they are why News Channel Nebraska exists, to deliver quality, heartfelt news from the entire state of Nebraska. From Long Pine to Chadron and Nebraska City to Rushville. From the challenging stories to the joyful ones, you'll find news from across the state in every NCN broadcast. This is Nebraska, and Nebraska is home.
Women have a 1 in 8 chance for developing breast cancer. Early detection makes a difference. Beatrice Community Hospital's Imaging Center can help with the latest technology, from screening with 3D mammography, breast MRI, breast ultrasound, and breast biopsy. All services conveniently located in the BCH's Imaging Center. Schedule your screening today. Incredible care, incredibly close.
I spend with purpose because I bank with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. With my Liberty Plus checking account, I can earn extra cash just for spending on everyday things, like groceries, online or in-store purchases, and lunch. At Liberty First, anyone can join, so start earning money to spend on the things you love. Start banking with purpose. Start banking with Liberty First Credit Union.
Welcome back to pregame. We are about 3 minutes out. Andy, let's talk key players as the Discoverers and Bearcats come out onto the field. We are starting with Kearney High. And look at that, John Farrell. That's our key player. He's waving the American flag. And he is a leader on defense. 76 total tackles, 3 tackles for loss. But, Andy, something interesting. He's an athlete, and we saw him get put into quarterback, the role against that Millard North team. He could do that again tonight. He offers a different look when he gets the ball in his hands as well.
Yeah, it's a really nice change-up offensively when they get Flail in there to run the Wildcat. And he also, you saw him right there in the warm-ups, he has an arm on him, and that's not surprising. The baseball program out here in Kearney, the track team that they put out there year in and year out. So, yeah, this football team is littered with superior athletes up and down the roster, and John Floral, he's at the top of the list there. And yes, he is a leading tackler on defense. That linebacker position, so important to a team like Kearney. But he's really become a factor down the stretch here on the offensive side, coming in at quarterback at times.
Sticking with the defensive theme for the Columbus Discoverers, this is a senior-heavy team, but we are going with the sophomore Bryce Brown. This guy is a heat-seeking missile defensively. 92 total tackles, leading the Discoverers defensive unit, 6.5 tackles for loss. And Andy, we saw him make some heroics in that game against Lincoln East as well. He is all over the place.
Yeah, game-saving tackle, right? Against Lincoln East there down in overtime. So he has a flair for the theatrics, and why not? On Halloween night, let it all hang out. And you mentioned that he's only a sophomore, and he's working on 100 total tackle type of a season. He is all over the field. You also mentioned the tackles for loss, the big plays. He really has it all going on there. Bryce Brown, the sophomore linebacker.
Now let's take a look at our school spotlight for the Bearcats. This is their 31st trip to the postseason. Andy, the last time that they didn't make it, 2009. They are just a team that is always expecting to play at this point in the season. Coach Cool calls it the second season. This is not new for Kearney, and when you look at what they've done, one state title back in 2006. More recently, they were runners-up in 2017.
Yeah, and they got great stability with head coach Cool, who's been at it here for the Kearney Bearcats for over 20 years. And I love their offense. You know, it's stable. It's kind of tricky. It's a hybrid, a lot of running the ball, but you don't know who's always going to run it, and they sprinkle in the pass. It's just a very tough team to deal with year in and year out.
Discoverers of Columbus enrollment just shy of 1,000. This is trip number 19 for the Discoverers. And Coach Williams, he's also a seasoned vet. He's been at the helm for 20-plus years also. Yeah. But this is the first time this group has been in the postseason. The last time Columbus made it was 2021. And so you would expect nothing less from a group of heavy seniors, a bunch of leaders under Coach Williams. They are ready to make their mark here in this postseason.
Yeah, not only a lot of seniors that have been playing ball together for a long time. It's good to see him in this position, but let's mention it. Coach Williams' son, Connor, got moved to quarterback during the offseason over the summer, and obviously it's a good move. Here they are, find themselves as the 9 seed in the playoffs.
Well, the wait is over. Glad you're with us for this matchup brought to you by Nebraska Public Power District. Always there when you need them. Playoff football is almost underway. We have a whistle.
That's not how we wanted to start the game.
That's
with a whistle.
Okay. It just adds to the suspense and the atmosphere here in Kearney. Again, it's football weather. 45 degrees as we kick this thing off.
Yeah, that's just football weather, right?
There's
our referee, Noah Mastall. Umpire will be Bill Dugan, George Finley, Wade Finley, and Shane Smith will be our back judge. Already getting work done, talking to the chain gang over there. It's always a good idea, right, Brandon? Get things.
Why not? Start it off.
Yep, lined up before we go here.
Well, one thing you heard Coach Williams harp on too is, which we don't know who this is against yet, but we don't want to do silly penalties, especially offensively, put ourselves behind the sticks, which happened a few times against the Bearcats.
Right.
And to that point, we'll be seeing the Kearney offense first, but we'll still not sure quite what the whistle was.
Been some procedure type of a deal. I mentioned him talking to the chain gang over there. And you mentioned the first couple of times we had both of these teams on News Channel Nebraska throughout the season. Well, we had them both for rivalry games, right? Columbus taking on Fremont, one of the oldest rivalries in the nation, with the traveling trophy. That was so cool to see. And then Kearney, we always do the Grand Island game, or we try to. That's a lot of fun. But emotions run high. And so we always see maybe a few more penalties than what you normally would on any given Friday night. I expect both teams to play a little bit cleaner brand of football than what we saw earlier this season in that rivalry game type of a matchup.
Got to look at those Kearney starters. We highlighted that defensive player in Florell. That's offense is led by quarterback Zach Atchison, and you can expect a heavy dose of him running the ball. He has 520 yards passing, and he likes to get the ball to a couple of runners. Audric Techmeyer is the second leading rusher behind Levi Pohfal, who has almost 500 yards on the ground and 6 touchdowns for the Bearcats.
Atchison might not throw the ball very often, but when he does, he throws it at a very high percentage. Last game went 9 for 12 for 105 yards and a touchdown through the air, and that was the big play, a 43-yard touchdown pass to Jaden Norman in that first quarter.
All right. The wait's over. We're kicking things off at 7:04 here on News Channel Nebraska. And a nice little return there for the Bearcats.
There he is, Jaden Norman, the sophomore, did a really nice job coming up and fielding that ball, not letting it hit the turf. And then he just got north-south. Brandon did a nice job not trying to do too much with it. Picked up some good yardage on the return as well.
So we looked at the Bearcats. Here are the Discovers. Connor Williams leading the way at quarterback. You have 5 different rushers who are over 100 yards for the Discovers. Makes them very tough to defend. Eisenman, one of them. Wojciechowski, the leading rusher with 514. We'll see more of that offense shortly. But first off, Levi Pohfal getting the carry, and he is tackled by Xavier Lopez-Long. Loss on the play.
Excellent job rallying up, making that play. You have to secure, contain. You got to own the edge if you're going to play the Bearcats. Nice job breaking down, getting the legs. Lopez-Long, he's only a sophomore too, so we talked about all the seniors on both sides, but there's some youth to these teams as well.
Little swing pass to Pohfal, and Columbus defense all over it again. This time tackle made by Carter Sedlacek.
That's just a really good move, or getting into the scouting report from on the Discoverer side. A lot of times when you have 4 wide and somebody in motion, you have help over the top. No, they went man-to-man across the board, getting that extra guy in there for run support or the short pass like that.
Bearcats facing a 3rd and long on the game's opening drive. That one went officially down as a loss of 1. Atchison steps up.
Oh boy.
He has a receiver behind the coverage. It is caught. Completion to Jaden Norman. A huge play and a first down for Kearney.
And Norman's been the big play guy through the air quite often for the Bearcats. Gets a 3rd and 14, and what a nice job feeling the pressure. Atkinson just steps up, avoids it, keeps his eyes downfield, and delivers a strike right down the middle of the field.
That goes down as a 46-yard completion to Norman.
Blake Barnett just couldn't keep up with him. The corner just streaking across the field, so you saw a little bit of speed from the sophomore Nordine on that 3rd and long.
Pohfal up the middle. Solid run. Picks up about 6.
Yeah, I was beginning to think there's something wrong with the Bearcats because Pohfal hadn't touched the ball yet. And we're 3 or 4 plays into it.
And good blocking up front for Pohfal. Sets up a 2nd down and 4. Three wide for Kearney. This time it's a keeper, and there is Florell.
Yep.
So Coach Cool wanting to work the backup QB in early. He picks up 4.
Yeah, and he just puts his head down and goes where the defense is not. He saw a little bit of green, so he took it.
This first quarter, it's brought to you by Yankton Medical Clinic in Norfolk, where they are building a legacy one patient at a time, one generation at a time. From family practice to expert specialists, they're here for you today and every day. First down and 10. And it looks like Florell staying in it. No, it's back to Atkinson, excuse me. Gives it to Pohfal. And another big chunky yardage run on first down.
Yeah, just really good blocking up front. Elijah Nixon was one of those offensive linemen, 6'3", 257-pound senior, paving the way.
Finally brought down by about 3 discoverers, one of them being Carter Sedlacek.
And after Kearney was really trying to, get the edge in those first couple of plays, now they're saying we're going to run right at them. Let's see if we can get our big fellas involved early. Ooh!
And there's a big hit in the backfield. That is Jaston Delano meeting Pohfal.
Oh, the 6'2" senior getting in the backfield for another tackle for loss. See, that's where this Columbus defense, they can get back in it. Those big splash plays like that, very opportunistic.
It's funny, this is a physical team, and Coach Williams earlier this season said, I literally have to tell our guys to chill out during practice because, we can't literally knock each other's heads off all week, every week, and expect to be okay on Friday nights.
Those are the type of teams you like to coach, though, I'll tell you what.
And then, they get unleashed on Fridays, and you see what can happen. Great play there, and here we have a pass to the sideline incomplete, was short.
Excellent job applying the pressure, forcing that ball to come out a little early. And it looks like it appears to be a field goal attempt. Special teams unit taking the field. But we've seen head coach Brandon Kuhl pull some shenanigans. And hey, it's Halloween, right?
You don't want to rule anything out. This would be a 28-yard attempt. Has plenty of leg. It is good. Field goal made by Carter Symington. It puts the Bearcats on the board. Almost 5 minutes into the first. 3-0 Kearney here on NCN Playoff Football. First round action on Halloween night. We'll be back.
From the heart of Nebraska to across the state, RMV Construction is building more than just structures. We're building trust. RMV Construction has grown from humble beginnings to become a trusted name across central Nebraska and beyond. With unmatched craftsmanship, cutting-edge innovation, and an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction, we deliver projects on time, on budget, and above expectations. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. Let's build your vision together. It's the thrill, the hope, the long shots, and the turnovers. The big hits, the kills, the dunks, the strikes, the surprises, the joy, and the heartbreak. And that's why NCN Sports bring you more than 200 live games every year. News Channel Nebraska. This is home.
Welcome back. Brandon Axman, Andy Klassen with you here on News Channel Nebraska. First round Class A matchup between the 8th seed Kearney and the 9th seed Columbus. Andy, game's opening drive, 3 points for the Bearcats.
Yeah, after giving up that big play on 3rd and long, credit the Discoverers for kind of stinging up there around the goal line, bending but not breaking, forcing that field goal made. So I think all in all, after giving up a big pass play like that, it's encouraging if you're a Columbus fan that they didn't just fold up and give them the touchdown a few plays later.
And now the Discoverers will get their first crack at things. And return out to about the 16 by Braithwaite.
That was a perfect kick, getting it right down there to about the 1-2 yard line. You saw the speed of the special teams unit there for Kearney coming into play, stopping them well short of the 20, 25-yard line.
So there is Delano. We saw him make a great play defensively for Columbus. That hit in the backfield for the Bearcats. Now we're going to look at this Columbus offense for the first time. Play action. Williams searching for Conrad Renteria, and he was well covered.
Yeah, he was. You had two safeties back there, not letting him get over the top. And that ball kind of got behind him as well. It wasn't out in front of him, so that was a tough adjustment to make with that much cover on him.
Now ball in the hands of Lopez Long, who gets to the edge. Picks up a few. Looks like maybe they'll give him 5 before he was pushed out.
Well, he did a heck of a good job just getting out and finding his blockers and getting upfield. It looked like that might have been a tackle for loss as it started, but no, he did a nice job being patient, finding his blockers and cutting it up that sideline.
Now Columbus High trying to avoid a 3 and out here. And looks like they get enough. Carry right up the middle for the Discoverers' leading rusher, Michael Wojciechowski.
Just fantastic blocking up front, paving the way. That's kind of a gutsy call, right, on 3rd and 5. I mean, that was a long 5, but you're just going off tackle. A lot of faith in your running backs and your offensive linemen to get the job done, and they did.
Wojciechowski, 514 yards, averaging 6 per carry. And that's Lopez Long again, getting to the outside.
Boy, Williams did a heck of a job climbing the ladder, going up and getting that snap. It was over his head, but he got it in there and barely got the handoff over to Lopez Long. And Long does what he do. Made a nice little gain out of it. Now this offense is on schedule. You're starting to see a little bit of a rhythm develop.
Wojciechowski, he has a lot of room to work with. Florell trying to wrap him up. Ball pops out.
Oh boy.
Into the hands of Pohfal. And there is the first turnover of the game. A great run for the Discoverers. Turns out to be a turnover. Unfortunate break for Columbus High, and the Bearcats are in business.
Boy, that's tough because he had great vision right there. He saw the crease. Gets upfield, but yeah, gang tackling. The ball was coming out the whole way. Oh, just right into the waiting hands of Pohfal. And that's a credit to all those guys out there in blue jerseys, rallying to the football, getting there, making something happen. That first initial hit, it didn't bring him down, but jarred the ball just a little loose, allowed the pursuit to get there and finish the job.
Now Pohfal, who recovered that fumble, gets the carry, picks up maybe 1.
That's head coach Brandon Cool saying, hey, let's ride the hot hand.
Yep, there you go. It's his 4th carry thus far. Discoverers have held him in check. He's 8 total yards on those 4 carries.
Yeah, he had 19 carries for 67 yards last time these two teams met up in Columbus. Leading rusher of the game.
Second down and 9. You have a man in motion. And there is the keeper for Atchison. He lowers his shoulder. It'll be a Bearcat first down.
Yeah, when he got that defender, I think it was Sedlak, kind of in no man's land there. Tried to make him commit. He wouldn't. Cut it back in. Just no one there to fill. Left to fill and stop that cutback lane. There's just so many ways that this dynamic rushing offense for the Bearcats that they could just cause damage to a defense.
Sets up a fresh set of downs, 3-0 your score on the Aurora Cooperative scoreboard to go green with E15. And fill up at your nearest A stop today. Another carry right up the middle for Pohfal.
Yep. They're never going to get too far away from that type of a play. Pohfal, off tackle left, off tackle right.
Second down 3, Kearney High.
That one goes for 7. Kearney getting close to the red zone after that turnover.
Boy, this is the position that every offensive coordinator wants to be in. Second and short. You know, do you do play action? Do you want to do a rollout? Now's the time to experiment or maybe get a little tricky on offense.
Pohfal looking to get to the edge. He's met by Brown and others.
You know, for the most part, Columbus has done a really good job of keeping contained on the edge. The big runs have been cutbacks or just right up the middle, right? But Kearney, they're trying to get outside, break, contain. Columbus thus far, the Discoverers defense doing a good job holding up.
Maybe one on that last carry, so it's 3rd and 2, looks like. Just under 3 to go here in the opening quarter. It goes to Pohfal. There is a flag that came from the far sideline as Pohfal was hit for a loss.
That was a pre-snap, too. Yeah, from the far side line judge.
Illegal formation, offense, 5 men in the backfield. That penalty decline, 4 count.
So,
all right.
5 men in the backfield, illegal motion.
See it there. It went down as a loss of 1, and so you saw Coach Williams say, we'll take it. And now it looks like Kearney offense is going to stay on the field. So here's a very big outcome potentially based on the decision to not take the 5 and then see what happens here.
4th and 3. Here we go.
Kearney could be looking for the hard count. And Coach Cool calls the timeout. You'd expect no less of a veteran coach trying to pull off a veteran type move there, but credit to the Discoverers. Close, but did not quite bite.
Didn't make contact there, didn't go for the hard count.
Timeout with 2:13 to go in the first. We'll take a quick one as well. 3-0 Kearney. 4th and 3 coming up.
This broadcast is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or good-to-go convenience stores today. The Carpet Shop in Norfolk, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years. And by Heritage at Fountain Point in Norfolk.
For over 40 years, Claybaugh Pharmacy has been your trusted, family-owned, full-service pharmacy. We provide traditional medical options, medical equipment, immunizations, and over-the-counter products. We take pride in going above and beyond to improve the health of our community. And to ensure you have a seamless experience, manage your profile and refills with the touch of the finger from home. Claybaugh Pharmacy in downtown Beatrice, your hometown family-owned pharmacy.
Welcome back. Still looks like Kearney's going for it. They are. It's going to be a first down. Hard running by the Bearcats. They needed 3, and it's Audric Techmeyer who picks up 4.
Techmeyer got held up just a little short there, but that second effort, he was able to plow his way through, fall forward. Knew where he had to get. Kind of a gutsy call early in the game. 4th and 3. And you just had your field goal kicker make one on the previous drive.
So the Kearney drive continues. Ball now on the 18. Pohfal tries to cut it up. He was met by Delano and others.
Yeah, Delano did a great job with that outside shoulder, getting it way in the backfield there, taking away any thoughts of trying to bounce it outside, break, contain. And then Delano, like you said, merged in and helped with the tackle too.
nearing the 1 minute mark here in the first quarter. Ball's on the ground and smash in the backfield for a sack. That is Florell who goes down.
Well, you know, you kind of show your hand when Florell's in there. You know, 9 times out of 10, you're thinking a run, and that snap, it was a little off to the left there. And I think he might have had his knee down before he got back up to run, but he took on 3 defenders converging at the ball. Happens fast.
So 3rd and 15. The Bearcats have been in 1 3rd and long so far tonight. On that 3rd and long, it turned out to be a 46-yard completion. Atchison going to the end zone. He was looking for Knoll. It falls incomplete. 4th down coming up. We do have a flag in the backfield as well.
Might have been a hold. I think I already saw Coach Williams say, no, decline that.
You're all over it.
And that's interesting, too. Twice now, Coach Williams has declined taking the penalty, moving the ball back. He'd rather have the loss of down.
And so you're going to see, this is going to be a 41-yard attempt for Symington. Looks like it goes wide and short. It will remain 3-0.
And Coach Williams looks like a genius, right?
There you go. Yep.
We would rather,
no foul.
We would rather see that 4th down than to give them another 3rd down attempt. And after seeing that completion earlier in the game, the breakdown in the defensive backfield, yeah, why not? Let's go with a long field goal attempt.
So we will see one more play here before we head to the second. And not much there. That was Cole Larson flying in, making the tackle on Evan Daniels. So we head to the second. 3-0 Bearcats. Playoff football on News Channel Nebraska. 8-seed Kearney, 9-seed Columbus representing Greater Nebraska. Big 46-yard pass and catch has been the play of the night thus far. Columbus looks to try to continue moving the ball when we return here on NCN.
When you have the inventory people want and a team that understands what you need, there's one place to go. Big Red Motorsports in O'Neill. Name brand ATVs, side-by-sides, and high-performance machines built for work, made for play. And the service doesn't stop at the sale. Big Red Motorsports delivers, literally. Free delivery with your purchase. It's all here in O'Neill. Big Red Motorsports.
This broadcast is brought to you by Jersey Sports Bar in Kearney, where the grill and the game are always on. And by Nebraska Land Bank. Your future is our focus.
Welcome back to Ron and Carol Cope Stadium, Foster Field, campus of UNK. Class A playoff football in NCN. Brandon Axsmith, Andy Klassen with you. 3-0, Andy. This is the second offensive drive of the game for Columbus. They were moving the ball well. We saw on that rollout they just had the fumble.
Yep.
But no harm, no foul in terms of Kearney not turning it into points.
Exactly. It feels a lot like the first time these two teams met up, where a lot of rushing the football, but the big plays, the turnovers, they're falling the way of the Bearcats, and incidentally, they're up right now.
There's a run up the middle.
But yeah, you could look at it from Columbus's point of view, though. It could always be worse, right? And for them to hold, the defense holds in the red zone on 2 occasions, forces 2 field goal attempts, and only one of them went through the uprights. You're only down 3. You're only 1 play away from taking the lead. So you got to feel good about that if you're a Discoverer fan.
That last one, a 2-yard carry for Daniels. setting up 3rd and 7. Daniels now in motion. Williams rolling out, has his receiver, drops it right in there. Caught by Keegan Webhoff to keep the drive going.
You see that arm angle? He dropped it down to the side to get it around, maneuver that ball around a defender. Also had to drop it in there like you said. What a play. Around the defensive end, over top of the linebacker, but in front of the cornerback. My goodness, that was a heck of a pass.
Just like you'd expect from a tight end turned quarterback that was supposed to be the backup at the start of the season. So
he played a little baseball in his time too, I think.
Not much for Daniels there. Zach Wolf blowing that thing up for a loss.
Yeah, both these defenses know the opposition fairly well, what they want to do, what they want to establish in that rushing attack. It's going to be tough sledding from time to time for both of these offenses.
And that was actually Eisenman, his first carry. Again, going back to the weapons, Eisenman has over 400 yards rushing. You also have Daniels over 400 yards rushing, Wojciechowski over 500. So you have 3 different guys from Columbus that you can get the ball in their hands and expect good things to happen.
And Williams will run it from his quarterback position.
Williams on the run there. He finds Daniels. It'll be a short gain. Pohfal there making the tackle.
Going to bring up a 3rd long. And then here's where we might see Wemhoff. He's one of their leading receivers. He also carries the ball out of the backfield. So it's definitely a running back by committee over there for the Discoverers offense. And so, like, if a guy has 40 yards rushing, he very well may be the leading rusher.
And it's clearly intentional by Williams. He says, we have the guys. We want to give everyone a chance who has the ability to do something. And well, it's a good problem to have.
And it's paid dividend for them and their offense throughout the season because their backs are so fresh in that 3rd and especially the 4th quarter.
We have that bunch formation here. Pressure right up the middle. Williams rolling out. Drops it off. And that'll be enough for a 1st down. He finds Daniels.
My goodness. Columbus was on the run from the get-go. The pressure was on from the Bearcat defense, but Williams able to buy time with his legs and once again makes a tough throw. And this is an impressive run after catch because without those yards that Evan Daniels picked up, the sophomore, being aware where the sticks were, where he needed to get, they wouldn't have picked up that 1st down.
So a couple of big plays by Williams here on this drive on 3rd down.
Well, and we saw this from Columbus on the previous drive. They were getting into a rhythm, but then that turnover happened.
We have had movement on the line for the Discoverers. Yep.
Must have been a heck of a hard count because he got his center to go first.
Makes it 1st and 15. Wojciechowski.
You see that every once in a while. Not too often with the center, and really at all levels, but it always kind of makes me chuckle when everybody goes on the right count and the center just stands there with the ball, doesn't snap it, you know. It happens the other way.
Kind of like the sort of fumble-rooski.
Right, a little bit, yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Except you just, this one's not legal. But
yeah, illegal procedure, 5 yards. Coaches aren't laughing.
Right. Well, 4-yard carry by Wojciechowski, 2nd and 11. And Williams is going to keep this. It's a few.
Tried working the misdirection there, but credit the backside of the defense to the top of your screen, staying home, not allowing Williams to bust that one outside. Had to cut it back in to the teeth of the defense for a very short gain, bringing up another 3rd and long.
7:45 remaining here in the 2nd quarter. It's brought to you by John Henry's, our family serving yours. John Henry's our 2nd quarter sponsor here on NCN. Kearney Columbus Class A playoffs.
Yeah, and with both teams rushing the ball so often and taking their time in the huddle, these quarters are getting burned through.
Williams has time, steps up, and he picks up several, but not enough for the first. It'll be about 4th and 2.
It's decision time, and I wouldn't be surprised. It looks like they're going to go quick count. Offense is on the field.
And Coach Williams takes the timeout.
He wanted to stop the offense because they were ready to go. Let's talk it over, boys.
All right. Well, this will be fun to see what Coach Williams calls. 4th and 2, ball on the 36. This has been a good drive. You've had several 3rd and longs converted by the Discoverers up to this point.
And I like this decision to go for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're kind of looking to spark your offense here. They've had a couple good plays. Obviously kind of hampered with that one turnover after a good run, too. But that credit to the Kearney Bearcat defense because they don't give up on plays. You saw a number of blue jerseys trailing down the ball carrier and just being around the ball. Be around the ball, good things happen. That's what ultimately caused that first initial turnover.
All right, here we go. Fourth and 2. Brown motions. Williams to Wojciechowski. He gets it.
Yeah.
It's about 4.
That's a staple type of a play for this offense. Overload the right side. Out of the pistol, you get your couple of fullbacks forward, and you got a back with really good vision there. Saw the crease, saw the lane, exploited it, picked up that first down, didn't even have to sweat it.
My apologies, that was Eisenman with the carry, who picks up the first.
One of their 8 running backs,
You know,
right?
it's tough on a play-by-play guy when you have 10 different runners. So nice job by Eisenman, who's still in the backfield. 6.5 to go. They go back to Eisenman. It's about 5.
Eisenman is wearing those fluorescent green or yellow. I'm not going to have that argument
Chartreuse.
here. Colored cleats. And we did a game earlier this season where a running back had a pair of shoes like that, and that's what my play-by-play said. Oh, I know it's him because of the shoes. Uh-oh. The backup snuck in with some similar-looking shoes.
This time, handoff goes to Daniels. Gets to the edge, still fighting for yards. That'll set up 3rd and short.
And that's where this Discoverers offense wants to be. They want to be in 3rd and short. They're okay with 3rd and short. It's kind of what their offense is predicated on, is 3, 4, 5 yards per carry, per run, per attempt. And yeah, you have multiple fullbacks, you know, players wearing the 40s enter into the play here.
Eisenman gets 2.
Yep.
First down.
Yep, and both those up backs told you exactly where that ball was going, and that's where it went for more than enough to move the sticks.
Eisenman averaging 5 yards per carry, has 5 touchdowns on the season. Again, 427 yards entering tonight. Methodical drive here by the Discoverers. It actually started 6 seconds left to go in the first quarter, and we've now taken 7 minutes off the clock.
And Coach Cool said that. He's like, look, these guys really like to keep the ball away from our offense.
Look out. Eisenman reversing fields, gets to the corner, and is pushed out inside the 5.
So obviously the speed, right, and the vision, the ability to bounce it outside, but that's where using 2, 3, 4 different running backs kind of lures a defense into treating them all kind of the same. There's another back that, you know, Columbus likes to run with it. Might not have bounced it outside, might have cut it back inside. There's just so many advantages to the running back by committee that Columbus likes to use.
First and goal from the 4. Back to Eisenman. He's got room to run. He's in there. The Discoverers find the end zone. 4-yard touchdown, Eisenman. Columbus takes a 3-point lead.
It's like the offense that won't quit, right? Had to complete a couple of, at least 1 4th down there, a number of 3rd and 5s, 3rd and 7s. They just kept chugging away, stuck with their offense, stuck with the game plan, and that's a demoralizing drive. Long drive, kept it on the ground, ran right at that Kearney Bearcat defense.
Alexander Ogle here with the PAT attempt. Okay.
Encroachment on the defense. And that entire special teams unit is looking over at Coach Williams like, hey.
Yep.
You want to get, nope. In fact, no, they declined it. They wanted the exact same team.
Not get greedy. We'll keep it here for now.
I think Williams has declined 3 penalties.
And it goes through. Columbus now up by 4 with 4:41 to go here in the second. 7-3 Discoverers. Class A playoff football will be whack. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
Anything for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more. From little feet to little paws, to updates and overhauls. From soft and cozy to durable and resilient. From something that blends in or something that's different. From DIY to custom install, O Street Carpet can help you with it all. Whatever your needs are for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more.
Whether you're rolling up in a semi, pulling a horse trailer, heading to the lake with your boat, or just cruising in a car or motorcycle, Speedy Mart is your stop. Fuel up fast, grab your favorite snacks, stretch out with plenty of parking, and step inside for a roomy store and friendly faces. And hey, teams love it before and after the game. Speedy Mart convenience stores, fueled for every road.
Welcome back. Brandon Axford, Andy Klassen with you on News Channel Nebraska. As you mentioned before the break, demoralizing drive, invigorating drive if you're Columbus, statement drive, 7 minutes and 26 seconds. Marching down the field and you get 7 points.
Yeah, and it wasn't easy, right? Kearney made you earn every single inch of it. Kept the ball in front of them the entire time, but Columbus just kept staying within themselves, within their offense, rotating in running backs, fullbacks. And let's give some credit to Connor Williams. He made a couple big-time throws in that early in that drive where he had to roll out, survey the field, keep his eyes down the field, and made a couple athletic plays, finding receivers in space.
We'll be sure to stay tuned for our halftime highlights brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Check them out at either of their Lincoln locations or in Grand Island. Ball goes to Frazier Foster here on first down, and
that's
not
Bryce
much
Brown.
room.
Bryce Brown going downhill. We highlighted him in the pregame. One of those super sophomores, a linebacker, leading tackler.
7.5 tackles for a loss now.
Well, I think you referred to him as a missile.
Heat-seeking missile.
He looked like a missile there.
You're doing something right if you have almost 100 tackles.
Yeah.
Heading into week 10. Uh-oh. Frazier tries to throw it. Incomplete. Frazier Foster hit as he throws.
Yikes.
Kearney trying to go with a trick play there. It did not work.
Carter Sedlak was having none of it. And that's what Coach Williams has always told us over the years. Is like, hey, if you're going to make a mistake, make it 100 miles an hour. Well, here you go. Boy, and I guess that was a forward pass, you know. Our motion was going forward. But off the helmet of a offensive lineman.
There, Carter Sedlacek. 32 total tackles, and he was the one who got to Frazier Foster. Sets up a 3rd and 11. Atchison stepping up. Dumps it off, and that's going to be a first down, and then some. Alec Noel across midfield. Big-time pickup for the Bearcats on 3rd and long.
I mean, and that is just big-time awareness and ability from the quarterback, Atchison. Look at him work up the pocket, keeping his eyes down the field. I mean, there's quarterbacks at the next level, collegiate level, that don't do it that well. Felt the pressure collapsing in on him, moved up in the pocket. That's an impressive play.
24-yard pickup. Be sure to stay tuned for our halftime show brought to you by RMV Construction. Trusted, local, proven RMV Construction. Atchison on the keeper. He gets to the edge. The Bearcats are rolling. That'll be close to, and in fact is a first down.
Atchison is a dual threat quarterback. You saw it right there. Very comfortable running the football, and I like how they got him going right. So he's got that ball in his throwing arm, secure arm, protecting the ball.
We're under 3 to play. This game is presented by Medica. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for. Also presented by Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com. Pohfal up the middle.
Nice job getting off that initial block from the defensive lineman, making the play. So you got your 4 down linemen, but those defensive ends are set so wide. They do not want to give up contain. They do not want to allow this Bearcat offense or one of their speedy backs like Pohfal to get outside. Well, that leaves some running lanes on the interior. That time Columbus getting the job done, though, wrecking the play before it even had really a chance to get going.
This playoff broadcast is also presented by Woodhouse Auto. Convenience delivered every time. 2nd and 10. We're under 2 minutes to go here in the half. Atchison finds Noel. And he's taken down near the 30. That'll be about a 4-yard pickup.
That was a big target that's been around for a while. Senior, 6'3" senior. Nice job getting his hands up and out. I was watching him during warm-ups, and all these Bearcat receivers do a really good job of getting their hands out in front, not allowing the ball to get in on their pads, maybe bounce off. Now they catch the ball with their hands.
Third down and 6. Pohfal motions. It's going to be a keeper for Atchison. He cuts it up. And the drive will continue. Atchison continuing to pick up big runs.
Well, and you could just tell that him and Pohfal played for a while, because look at him use this block from Pohfal out on the edge. Rides him the whole way, then cuts it up at the last second to get that extra yardage. And Pohfal knows, I just got to stay with my block. I got to stay with my block.
And now you have Florell in at quarterback. And he drops it. Ball is on the ground. And he actually is able to do a little bit with it.
It's like he was kind of running angry there.
And that was not his fault. That just wasn't a great snap.
Yeah, and made the most of it. A little bit of a fire drill there, just trying to get the ball upfield. Now we got a Kearney timeout.
We'll take a quick one as well. 39 seconds remaining. Bearcats on to the 21 here on NCN.
At Nebraska Orthopedic Center, they provide comprehensive orthopedic health care. Their physicians are highly skilled in all areas of orthopedic and sports medicine, including spine surgery, foot and ankle, hand and upper extremities, fracture care, and total joint replacement. Their expertise includes the medical management of injuries through physical and rehabilitative methods or surgical intervention. To schedule an appointment or to learn more about Nebraska Orthopedic Center and their family of 25 physicians, go online to nebraskaortho.com. That's nebraskaortho.com. Nebraska Orthopedic Center is your healing destination.
Welcome back. 2nd down. And Columbus getting in there, and they get to Atchison. Ball's on the ground. Discoverers say they have it.
Are they saying he was down? That ball was jarred loose as he was trying to scramble around there.
Officials are conferencing. They say Discoverer football.
Oh. Wow, out of the timeout. Columbus makes it happen defensively. They bring the pressure, Brandon, and it gets home. Eventually, it gets home.
Worth another look, brought to you by Beatrice Community Hospital. Atchison trying to get away from the pressure. He is hit, and the ball pops out.
Yeah,
Wojciechowski got to him first.
And the ball was on the ground there, and I don't know if he had control of it. The umpire was right there to watch it. We got whistles all over the place. I don't know if that last play is going to count.
Prior to the snap, ball start. Offense, number 3, 5-yard penalty.
False start on the Wemhoff for Columbus High.
Wemhoff are the leading receivers, trying to get that little advantage.
Well, 2 timeouts, 28 seconds. I don't know how much you try to roll the dice here if you're Columbus back on your own 22.
Yeah,
we'll see.
That's a tough penalty right there. Yeah, and you have the lead, and you're on the road.
And you're getting the ball to start the second half.
So
there you go.
conservative.
Yep. Kneel on it. Go to halftime.
It's not all bad.
Action-packed first half. A quick first half. It's a 4-point game between Columbus and Kearney. Discoverers lead 7-3. A fumble apiece between the Bearcats and the Discoverers. The lone touchdown coming by way of Carter Eisenman, giving the Columbus Discoverers a 4-point advantage. Stay with us. Our halftime show is coming up next.
By Buzz's Marine, Nebraska's oldest, largest, and most experienced family-owned boat dealer. And by The Chicken Coop. Meet your friends at The Coop downtown Kearney on the Bricks.
A truck that's built to handle the toughest tasks. The GMC Sierra 2500 from Woodhouse Buick GMC. With available turbo diesel power, a reinforced frame, and advanced trailering tech, it's heavy-duty capability without compromise. Take advantage of exclusive offers happening now. Visit us in-store or shop online today. Woodhouse Buick GMC. We are professional grade.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Cunningham's Fire, providing fusion comfort food in Kearney. And by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
With 2 board-certified physicians, Dr. Charles Harper and Dr. Alan Spanel offers a high level of expertise in internal medicine. If you're over age 18 and ready to find a trusted physician who will be with you throughout your years, Dr. Harper and Dr. Spanel are ready to provide you with the medical care you need. Whether you are healthy or have several medical conditions, as internal medicine physicians, they provide the care you need. Yankton Medical Clinic, Norfolk location offers so much care so close to home.
Our halftime show is proudly presented by RMV Construction. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction.
New 2026 Ram 1500s now with 0% APR financing for 60 months. Plus, you may be eligible for a $10,000 tax deduction. The Drive into Fall event at Midway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Kearney or MidwayCDJR.com.
Ashoff Construction of Osmond does it all when it comes to general contracting. From agricultural storage buildings to commercial office buildings, retail warehouses to concrete contracting. The AGI Sentinel buildings help safeguard crops and valuable assets, and Ashoff's professional builders handle the job from the design through the completion of the build. For a free estimate, contact Dylan Price, Scott Pullman, or Brandon Ruki. Call 402-748-3551 today. Visit AshoffConstruction.com for more information.
20 kids, 1 SUV, and 1 mission. Snacks. Speedy Mart is where the snack squad rolls deep. Whether it's before the first pitch or after the final out, we've got drinks, treats, and all the fuel to keep your team going strong. Speedy Mart convenience stores. Quick, convenient, and always ready when the team rolls in. Speedy Mart. Snack strong, play strong.
What is Nebraska? Nebraska is 529 towns. It is 147 cities. It is 382 villages. It is 2 time zones and 3 area codes. It is Cook and Gurley, Palisade and Osmond, Wymore, Sydney, and everywhere in between. Nebraska is what we do. News Channel Nebraska. This is home. This broadcast is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or good-to-go convenience stores today. The Carpet Shop in Norfolk, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years. And by Heritage at Fountain Point in Norfolk.
Behind every switch you flip, innovation is at work. NPPD is using advanced technology to generate and deliver the reliable energy you've come to expect. Like AI-driven platforms to optimize energy generation, drones for infrastructure inspection, smart meters for faster outage detection, and helping advance carbon capture and sequestration technologies. It's not just electricity we're delivering, it's innovation. Powering a state, empowering your life. Nebraska Public Power District.
Other companies have the revolving door. Every time we come into Schaefer's, it's always the same people. And the big thing to me is they know you by name. They know who you are, which makes a person like myself feel just warm and welcome here. And that's what's great about Schaefer's.
Schaefer's has the essential Whirlpool appliances you need, from refrigerators and air fry ranges to laundry pairs to keep your clothes clean and sanitized at everyday low prices. At Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances.
This broadcast is brought to you by Jersey Sports Bar in Kearney, where the grill and the game are always on. And by Nebraska Land Bank. Your future is our focus.
It's not just about the shoe. It's about your fit.
What sets Fleet Feet aside from everything else that we've experienced is my girls being runners. They have very different needs. And so that technology with the scanning and the personal touches is just unmatched. I met Lori almost 16 years ago, and when I saw Lori open this, I knew there was no other place that I wanted to go to have someone help me with my footwear and everything else involved with running. Fleet Feet doesn't just fit your shoes, they fit your life.
Fleet Feet Lincoln. Find your fit today.
Welcome back. A chilly Halloween evening in Kearney, Nebraska. Currently at halftime, Columbus High leading the Kearney Bearcats 7-3. Brandon Axman, Andy Klassen with you for your RMV Construction halftime show. Let's jump right in to those halftime highlights brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers, where they have stunning engagement collections, exceptional diamonds, and dazzling gemstones at both of their Lincoln locations and their Grand Island location. Sartor Heyman Jewelers. And right into these halftime highlights, starting things off, the Bearcats got the ball first. This was on the opening drive of the game, 3rd and long, and a big-time pickup, 46 yards from Atchison to Jaden Norman. It kept the drive alive, Andy, and that was a good thing for Kearney because it turned into points.
Yeah, just a great opening 3rd and long type of a play there, and you knew who the big play receiver was. He still got open. That's what those big-time players do.
28 yards, Carter Symington puts the Bearcats on the board at the 7-10 mark in the first quarter. Now we have our first turnover of the game. Handoff goes to Wojciechowski, and a good run, but the ball pops out and into the hands of Levi Pohfal. Bearcats get the ball back, but credit the Columbus defense. Kearney was able to attempt a field goal after that turnover, but they were unable to get points, as we'll see here.
Yeah, and that was an interesting call because there was a penalty on the play before. Coach Williams decided not to take it, take the 4th down. That also allowed him to just kick the 41-yard field goal attempt. I guess it was the right call.
So the Discoverers start the drive with 6 seconds left in the first. Then 7 minutes and about 26 seconds later, they do find the end zone. A big reason why they did. Carter Eisenman was huge on that drive. He had 6 carries. That one was for 17 yards. The next would be a 4-yard carry for a touchdown for Eisenman.
Yeah, and Williams made a couple nifty plays with his feet, finding receivers down the field, a couple 3rd and longs converted. You saw just about everything from the Discoverers offense on that long, grueling drive.
So the Bearcats get the ball back Atchison, with time on this occasion, keeps the drive alive on third down, finding Alec Knoll for a 24-yard pitch and catch. The Bearcats hoping they'll put points on the board before the halftime break, but Andy, the Columbus defense having other ideas.
Yeah, multiple white helmets, white jerseys, find their way to the football, eventually pop it out, pounce on it, opportunistic, takes away any thoughts of maybe a late score there in that first half.
Wojciechowski forces the fumble. Peyton Andreessen recovers, discovers Neal on it, going to halftime up 4, and they get the ball to start the second half. Andy, we sort of dissected it through those halftime highlights, but what's been the difference thus far?
Well, what head coach Brandon Cool and company, what they're going to be talking about is, guys, when we get into the red zone, we got to come away with points, and we want to come away with touchdowns. I thought that opening drive after, completing a 3rd and long and getting a couple of 3rd down conversions, you can take that 3 points and feel pretty good about it. But that following drive, coming off of a turnover, a short field, you got to do something with it. And then you saw the penalty, it forced a long field goal, they come up empty. Columbus, give them credit for hanging in there that first couple of drives and giving up a turnover, and then late in the second half, that long, basically the entire second quarter to take the lead. And they got to be feeling pretty good about themselves right now, does Columbus. Taking those first couple of punches, withstanding that, and then putting something together there in that second quarter, and then taking that lead into halftime.
Let's take a look at the Class A bracket. Kearney and Columbus representing Greater Nebraska. One of them will be making it to the next round. Here is the top half of this Class A bracket. Bell West and Westside going at it. So the winner of this gets the winner of Bell West, Westside. Also Elk South, Millard West, Westview, Millard South. It's a storyline of all of Class A. Millard South, nationally ranked, perhaps the best team Nebraska's ever seen. They're the 4 seed in this tournament.
Yeah, that's just how PowerPoints work out, So, everybody has an opinion on it, and sure, why not? I don't need to say anything more than that. Just Millard South, they're just so dominant right now, and just ask the Bearcats. They got tied up with them earlier in the season, and that was kind of a lopsided score. You would think Millard South would somehow be within the top 3 in the bracket here, but nope, they're at the 4 seed, and Omaha Westview, they're going to have to deal with that here in the opening round.
So that is the top half of the Class A bracket. On the bottom half, you have Papillion La Vista South going against North Star. We had a chance to see the Gators earlier this year. Millard North, we saw them take on Kearney on this field. Kearney actually won a dramatic game against the Mustangs. We also saw Omaha North earlier this year defeat Lincoln Northeast. They're clashing. We saw Lincoln East battle Columbus in an overtime game at Seacrest. The Discoverers came out on top of. They're taking on Central. And then we also saw Creighton Prep take on Omaha Westside, and they got sort of blown out by Westside, which again is a storyline in and of itself when they're the 2 seed in the Class A bracket. Well, they're taking on Southeast.
And then you got the 2 seed there with Creighton Prep, with only 1 loss. We were on hand for that one, and that ended up being kind of a lopsided score as well. So, there's been some up and down games across Class A, and this is where I do kind of like the PowerPoints, because look at Millard North there with the 11 seed. They don't even have a winning record, but how they challenged themselves, how tough that schedule was, they were rewarded for those 4 wins, getting that 11th spot.
We're going to have some scores from these Class A games coming up when we return as our halftime show continues. We're about 7 minutes out from the second half here on News Channel Nebraska.
I spend with purpose because I bank with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. With my Liberty Plus checking account, I can earn extra cash just for spending on everyday things, like groceries, online or in-store purchases, and lunch. At Liberty First, anyone can join, so start earning money to spend on the things you love. Start banking with purpose. Start banking with Liberty First Credit Union.
Our halftime show is proudly presented by RMV Construction. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction.
he's there with me in the moment.
It is one of the best things I do every week.
Anyone can be a mentor. It comes back to you tenfold.
She got to meet me, I'm pretty cool.
I'm glad I have a mentor.
People actually care about me.
What you're going to receive is way more than you're going to give.
Once you get involved in teammates, you're kind of hooked.
It's the absolute best.
It gives me goosebumps right now talking about it.
That says it all. Be a mentor.
Join the team.
Be a mentor.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower from Landmark Implement during their early order program. Hay harvest is a race against time. Order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower to harvest your hay quickly and efficiently while promoting quick dry down for high-quality hay. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location for full details on a new self-propelled windrower and experience the Landmark difference.
A truck that's built to handle the toughest tasks. The GMC Sierra 2500 from Woodhouse Buick GMC. With available turbo diesel power, a reinforced frame, and advanced trailering tech, it's heavy-duty capability without compromise. Take advantage of exclusive offers happening now. Visit us in-store or shop online today. Woodhouse Buick GMC. We are professional grade.
Welcome back to Ron and Carol Cope Stadium, Foster Field, campus of UNK, the site of this Class A matchup between the 8-seed Kearney and the 9-seed Columbus High. You're watching our RMV Construction halftime show. If you have a construction project that needs built, RMV Construction is the company you need to call. Andy, we've been talking all about the Holdridge High grandstands and press box. We got something new for our audience now. We're featuring the beautiful Yanni Park Pavilion right here in Kearney, Nebraska.
Okay.
Now, this baby is a $3.7 million project that RMV Construction recently completed. And we'll get a look at this shortly. RMV Construction built the 3,600 square foot event space, and it features a catering kitchen, wraparound patio, and fire pit area. Every detail shows that they care about the quality that they put into their work at RMV Construction, and whether it's a community space, a commercial project, or something totally unique, trust the team that brought the Yanni Pavilion to life. RMV Construction, with offices in Kearney and Lincoln, trusted, local, and proven.
Yeah, that's kind of a couple different types of jobs right there.
They do it all. As we are getting closer to kick, we're about at that 3-minute mark. And so while we do, Andy, I believe you have some scores from across the state in Class A to fill in to that bracket we saw. And here we go, got them scrolling across the screen as well. So, again, when you're Westside and you're running into Bell West as a 16, that's never fun. I anticipate Westside will still win, but 21-7 there. Elk South gets the victory in that game, and no surprise with the Millard Southwest view.
Yeah, and last I looked, there's still 4 or 5 minutes left in the first half. A lot of these are at halftime.
So those are the scores coming in. Also now Millard North, Omaha North, 17-6. So you have the lower seed, not even 500 team beating Omaha North currently by 9.
Yeah, Lincoln East, Omaha Central in a really good game right now. Central has them by 3 points with just a couple minutes left in the first half.
Knights giving the Junior Jays some issues. Just a 3-14 game. And there is that RMV Construction Yanni Pavilion we were talking about as well.
Oh, wow.
Make sure we get a look at that. That guy, $3.7 million project right here in Kearney, Nebraska.
Boy, that's pretty sharp. Sure, that's going to be booked out from weekend to weekend for sure.
Perfect night for a fire pit under a covered patio. Let's take a look now at our upcoming broadcast schedule as well. And again, we're going to tease it because we don't know where we're going to be, but next week it's all high school playoff football on Friday night. Before we get to Friday night, though, we still have 2 games tomorrow. Central Oklahoma, UNK, right here at Foster Field. We're not going anywhere. We don't even have to pack up the truck. We're staying here. We're getting some sleep at the hotel. Crew's coming back. We'll be televising the Lopers at 11:50 a.m. Simultaneously, almost simultaneously, an hour later, we'll be live online at newschannelnebraska.com for the Doane Morningside game. And once the UNK game ends on TV, we'll be taking the Doane game as well on TV. That is our Saturday lineup, Andy, and then it's all playoff football from here on out next Friday. We're going to get together tomorrow morning with our team, and we'll determine where we're going to be for our 2 games next Friday, and then we have the semifinals the following Friday. It's playoff football, and more playoff football on NCN the next 3 Fridays, because what you're not seeing on this schedule is after the next 2 weeks of high school football playoffs, we're back here for the 6-man state championship on the 21st, and we're looking forward to that also.
And I do want to say it's already up on YouTube. The Doane Morningside game is scheduled, so if you don't follow News Channel Nebraska on YouTube, go ahead, subscribe, set that notification. You'll get a little ring, a little bell go ding, ding, ding. Doane's about ready to kick off. Get that smart TV fired up.
Look at that. Right on cue.
There we go.
There it is.
There
News
we
Channel
go.
Nebraska, YouTube. You are all over the YouTube. And again, people, like what's more convenient than going to YouTube to watch games that we just recently covered and checking them out?
No doubt.
Or the live ones as well, like you just pointed out tomorrow for Doane.
Have the highlight packages, the player of the game and coach interviews, post-game, pre-game, and then we also have the full game over on NCN Sports Now, YouTube. All the games are getting posted there as well. So, and we've heard that from a few of our fans and people across the state. They'll have that watch party on Saturday, maybe before a Husker game or something to that. I assume it's usually the teams that win have the watch party, though. Lose half our audience on the replay.
Well, and we didn't mention, too, at NCN Sports, follow us on X. We promise you'll like it. We almost have 13,000 people who do. You get access to our broadcast schedule, rankings, the games that we'll be covering. Any and all things breaking news gets funneled there, as well as to our Instagram and Facebook. All right, now that you're following us on all of our different social medias, let's get ready for some more football. Discoverers get the ball to start things here with the 4-point advantage. Glad you're with us.
Boy, this feels like just a critical drive, maybe more so for Kearney, right? Trying to force a 3 and out, or at least not allowing another big, long drive that's going to gobble up a lot of clock.
And if you're Columbus, that's exactly what you're hoping you can duplicate here to start the half. So they'll start this thing at about 27 or so. And here, got more scores coming in, and we'll be continuing to keep everyone updated via this ticker throughout the rest of this half on all of the Class A games coming in.
Wow, look at South. My
South's
goodness.
growing.
Got a couple scores in before the half.
But this game, as mentioned, winner of this gets the winner of Westside Bell West, and that is not what you want if you're the Discoverers. Williams wisely just falling on it, but you are now in a big hole. Want to open the half.
I don't know if the quarterback was ready for just a low ball skidded across the field turf.
Good look there on our Meade Lumber instant replay, but that goes down as a loss of 11. There's a good snap for Williams. And nowhere to go for Wojciechowski.
Well, you've mentioned Cole Larson a couple times. 6'5" senior making his presence known once again. Boy, 3rd and a country mile here. You have 2 over the top. Safeties way deep for this Bearcat defense.
Four wide for Columbus. Williams puts it right on the money, and that's fairly close to a first down.
It is. He's going to be about 3 yards short, I believe, but what a shot at the end there. But nice job, Renteria, hauling that one in.
I don't know. Looks like Discoverers were at least contemplating going for it. Yeah, but that's a tough call to make.
Yeah.
And it looks like the punting team is coming out.
And you are holding on to that lead here on the road. That's where that first down, that negative play, that just that catches an offense.
So Wemhoff set to punt this away. Pre-snap whistle appears to be against the Discoverers.
But if that would have been encroachment on the Bearcats, I would have given them a free first down. That would have been a huge play, but no, it's going to be a false start movement up front.
High snap, Wimhoff's able to handle it. High hanging punt, fair catch made at the 39.
Really good job there by Trayton Norman. One of those free safeties, defensive backs for Kearney. You know, he had 2 interceptions the last time these two teams played, but excellent job getting underneath of it, calling that fair catch, saving that yardage, not letting the ball hit the turf and then take a bad bounce.
That's exactly what you would have hoped for if you're Kearney. 3 and out. You're now with the ball a chance to take the lead here.
Yeah, your defense takes full advantage of the mishap on offense. Allows for that underneath reception, but defensive backs rally up, make the tackle in time. Get the ball to the offense.
Atchison will keep it. Room to run. He gets to the outside. Atchison up the sideline and pushed out at the 35. That's a 25-plus yard pickup.
He had a lane that a Mack truck could have drove through there, and then down the field. Look at this blocking from Trayton Norman, the guy we just highlighted for the fair catch, holding on to his block way down the field. Maybe holding wasn't the right word, but maybe you might have saw a little jersey pull there.
Goes down as a 26-yard gain.
Point was, everybody in a blue jersey was on their man making blocks at the line of scrimmage, downfield.
Atchison looking to do it again. This time, Brown hits him after a short pickup of 2.
Just fires through. Gets that shoulder down, plays with great leverage. Columbus back into their base 4-3 defense. Got those 4 down linemen. 3 very active linebackers.
Pohfal motioning to the other side of Atchison and back. We have a flag.
Kearney got the numbering scheme they wanted. They moved their offense around. They got a numbers advantage to the bottom of their screen, but must not like something they saw. Timeout.
Yep, to your point, so they wave off the flag before the play clock wound it down for a delay of game. Timeout, instead taken by the Bearcats.
Yeah, that late shift, that allowed Kearney to have the advantage number-wise to the short side of the field. Kind of left a Discover defender. The cornerback came up to the line, but he had no one to cover out there as he had an overload to the bottom. Kearney just ran out of time to get the play they wanted. They got the look they wanted.
Well, our playoff football on News Channel Nebraska, it's presented by Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com. Also by Woodhouse Auto, convenience delivered every time. And last but not least, our coverage is presented by Medica. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for. Brandon Axford, Andy Klassen, 2nd and 6 coming up here for the Bearcats out of the timeout. Design keeper for Atchison, and he has nowhere to go. That was Carter Renteria who got to him first, his 5th tackle for loss on the season.
Just did a fantastic job finding the crease in the offensive line, getting off and around his block, getting into the backfield, and that's going to cause a 3rd and long.
Seven 3 your score on the Aurora Cooperative scoreboard. Go green with E15. And Fill up at your nearest A stop today. And Norman motioning. Here comes the pressure from Columbus. Atchison hit.
Oh,
Ball
boy.
pops out. Wolf has it. Wolf has room to run. You have got to be kidding me. Wolf picks up a first down. 14-yard pickup on what should have been a sack. I have no idea how that happened.
But did the ball get jarred out here, and Wolf just ends up with it in his hands?
He's wrapped up. Wolf catches that. Was that intentional?
I was going to say, that's a tough angle. I wanted to see if Atchison was trying to flick it forward, but man, when the big fella got the ball, he knew what to do with it. Holy smokes.
What a play.
And that's the question I think everybody over there for Columbus has right now. Well, that's that's not a legal receiver.
That is a backbreaker for the Discoverers. Pohfal hit, no gain.
That's a really good job responding from the Discoverers there. Give up a kind of an offbeat type of a play there, but bounce right back. Not allow Pohfal to gash you up the middle, which we saw that real early in this game. One of those opening drives, Pohfal was finding daylight there. Wasn't the case that last carry.
So 2nd down and 9. Atchison going deep. It's caught. Touchdown, Bearcats. 20-yard strike to Jaden Norman. That is his 2nd touchdown of the season.
He's the big play guy, though. He's the one that can leak out, get back behind the defense. There he is again, blown by his coverage. And he absorbs the shot, holds on to the ball. What a play.
Talk about, a game of inches on what the Discoverers thought they had a sack on 3rd and long. Drive continues on that the weird thing that happened that got the ball into Wolf's hands, and then a couple plays later, the Bearcats take the lead on that 20-yard pass from Atchison to Norman.
Yeah, just your 6', 250-pound lineman just barreling down the center of the field. What's going on? What's going on is a Kearney touchdown.
This broadcast is brought to you by Buzz's Marine, Nebraska's oldest, largest, and most experienced family-owned boat dealer. And by The Chicken Coop. Meet your friends at The Coop downtown Kearney on the Bricks.
Welcome back. The Bearcats are back on top, 10-7, after their first drive of the second half, capped off by that Atchison pass to Norman.
Took a little bit of luck, but hey, they capitalized on it a couple plays later. Pass play over the top.
Nice return there by Columbus out across the 35. That was Eisenman on the return.
That negative play on 1st down really put the clamps on that opening drive for Columbus. See if they can right the ship here. Try and get away from those type of plays that really put them behind the sticks. It's tough on any offense, but when you're basically 90% run, adds another layer of difficulty.
Ball ends up in the hands of Lopez Long. Gets to the edge for about 3.
Yeah, not a big gain, but that keeps your offense on schedule. That's exactly what the Discoverers are looking to do on first down.
There is Norman, the touchdown scorer, doubling his total. Just 2 receptions tonight for 66 yards and a touchdown. Not bad.
He had 2 catches the last time these guys played for 43 yards, and he had a 39 touchdown yard reception. So
Eisenman stood up after a gain of 2.
Okay, this is where Connor Williams, quarterback, has done a really nice job when he is put in these passing situations, buying himself time, using his legs.
A whole lot going on. There had to be a flag or a...
Well, I never did hear a whistle. I think it's just Kearney's ball. That's what everybody's motioning here.
There was so much pre-snap movement.
Yeah, they're giving it to Kearney. I was looking at the field there. I didn't see the replay, but Wolf ended up with it again.
Coach Williams is out on the field talking to the I didn't even think to say anything because he saw all the movement.
Yeah, it was just a false start.
And then the
false starter encroachment.
Snap happens.
But there's Zach Wolf. He's been in the middle of a couple of huge momentum swinging plays. But yeah, you never did hear a whistle though, so you got to treat it like it's live.
Okay.
Huh.
That, I don't know. Well, it's Kearney ball is what I do know. So it's 5:09.
Another short field to work with.
Atchison with the carry. Hit behind the line of scrimmage. Here's one more look at that sequence that led to the turnover for the Bearcats.
Yeah,
so you fake this. So you faked the snap. Everyone's moving. Then he drops the ball. Then it gets
kicked.
And then and Wolf falls on it.
And I think the center just assumed it was a dead ball because before he faked, we'll call it a fake snap, there was so much movement to his right side. I think he saw that, so he was just bringing the ball back down. Then it got jarred loose. Bizarre play. Very bizarre.
Well, it's now 2nd and 11. Atchison somehow gets out of trouble again, but he's taken down from behind. Wojciechowski wrapped him up for a big loss.
Relentless. They just keep coming at you. The Discoverers defense bringing the pressure. Boy, and he had to cover a lot of ground to catch up to Atchison. Heck of a job there, Wojciechowski, 6'2" senior.
And that is his 3rd tackle for loss.
But this is where we've seen some fireworks from this Bearcat offense. It doesn't matter how deep it is on third and long. They made a knack of completing these.
All right, Atchison in some trouble. And again, the Discoverers get home. Atchison brought down. He was cleaned up by Carter Sedlacek. And Kearney will be forced to punt.
Yeah, good job by that front 7. And they had to get there because there were some one-on-ones there that Atchison might have rolled the dice with, put the ball up to some of his receivers, but the pressure eventually does hit home. It's a really good game. Looking at the scoreboard here, this is a good game.
Hard nose, tough defense. It's a low punt. And returned here by Lopez Long. Gets out to the 20 before he's taken down by a gang of Bearcats.
Gutsy return, obviously. He's very confident in his skills. But what impressed me the most was at the end of that run, he secured that ball, made sure it wasn't going to get jarred loose or pop out on him. And here we go, the drive of the game thus far.
So if you're Columbus, you had a 3-and-out to start the half, and then, as we just saw recently, you had that weird sequence that led to the fumble. But your defense does its job, forces a 3-and-out, gets the offense the ball back. Has 79 yards to go here. Quick hitter to Omar Razakov. Gain of 8, 7 or 8.
Like the evolution here of the offense throughout the night for Columbus. We're getting into the latter half of the second half. Now we're starting to see some passing on first down. Some misdirection.
This time, Wojciechowski gets the ball. He's right about at the first down marker.
You see how he was just patiently waiting for something to open up. He was just stringing it out, and as soon as he saw a little crease, he stuck that right foot into the ground, got upfield, to bring up a third and very short.
And they do mark him just a tad short.
Yeah, there's been some questionable officiating in the NFL as far as the tush push goes, so hey, why not? Hey, give it a go here.
It all trickles down.
Is that what it is? Is that what's going on?
That's what I hear, yep. 3rd and 1, and we have a flag. Kearney's saying Discover's moved, and that's the last thing you need if you're Columbus High. That's a good start.
You know, and whether they're self-inflicted wounds like that or, you know, offbeat type of plays, the breaks have all fallen the way of the Bearcats here. And that's one of the things that tends to happen when you get to host the playoff game or you get to play a home game. Sometimes you get the breaks to go along with it.
Now 3rd and 1 turns to 3rd and 6. Pressure coming right up the middle. Williams is hit and goes down. He was sandwiched by Wolf and also by Big Cole Larson.
Yeah, just fantastic pressure, winning the one-on-ones up front. Williams had no chance to do anything with that football.
He also had Ty Bisher getting there as well for that Kearney defense. It'll be a 3-and-out. Low punt. Turns out all right for Columbus. Takes a decent roll.
Yeah, going to flip the field here. And if you're a Columbus fan, you're calling on your defense one more time. One more time.
If you're just joining us, Kearney scored on their opening drive of the game. 28-yard field goal by Carter Symington. Remained scoreless throughout the first quarter. Then the Discoverers got on the board after a 7 and nearly a half minute, 7.5 minute drive. Carter Eisenman finds the end zone from 4 yards out, making it 7-3. It was 7-3 going into halftime. And most recently, Atchison connected with Jaden Norman for a 20-yard touchdown pass for the Bearcats to give them the 3-point advantage they currently have. Not much there on first down for Pohfal.
Looks like this is going to run into the 4th quarter. Kearney's got to be pretty gosh darn happy taking that lead back heading into the 4th.
We go to the 4th quarter.
Just what you'd expect in a Class A playoff football game between the 8 and 9 seed. Not much separating the two with 12 minutes to play. Kearney leading Columbus after 3. You're watching high school playoff football on NCN.
From the heart of Nebraska to across the state, RMV Construction is building more than just structures. We're building trust. RMV Construction has grown from humble beginnings to become a trusted name across central Nebraska and beyond. With unmatched craftsmanship, cutting-edge innovation, and an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction, we deliver projects on time, on budget, and above expectations. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. Let's build your vision together.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
Welcome back. Brandon Axman, Andy Klassen, fourth quarter just about to get underway. Kearney leading by 3, hoping to add to their score. Class A playoff football, first week of the playoffs. So Bearcats go to Pohfal to start the quarter, and it's a very nice game to set up 3rd and short.
Well, he really did a good job there, cutting that back across. Had to run through some contact. Able to keep his feet. Breaks the tackle. Falls forward. Like you said, brings up a 3rd and short.
All right, Bearcats up to the line quickly. You have Techmeyer in that fullback spot. They give it to him.
Well, it's going to be close.
And he, I believe, is a tad short.
It's going to be close. Wouldn't be surprised if Kearney goes for it here on 4th down, though. Similar looking style of play. Offense is staying on the field. Oh, okay. Now we got...
The game of cat and mouse. Do I? Don't I want to? Should I? Looks like Coach Cool will opt for the safer option here.
Well, his defense has been playing very well this second half. They do punt it away. That's not a bad decision.
In fact, they do. Good punt. Looks like it goes out around that 12-yard line.
Well, and here's the spot, those last couple of drives, there was just a play here, a play there where Columbus just isn't helping themselves offensively. Brush some of those little mistakes, brush them up a little bit, give your offense the best opportunity to put together a drive here.
So it starts on the 11. 89 yards to go for Columbus High. Discovers trailing by 3. Eisenman.
Not much doing. Bearcat defense doing a good job reading their keys, focusing on the ball. Be a very short gain on 1st down.
Sticking with the bunch formation, faking the handoff. Williams plenty of time. Uncorks it. It's intercepted. Off of the helmet of a discoverer, Trayton Norman. He's trying to get to the edge. Norman. He takes it. Is he in? That is a pick 6 for the Bearcats. Jaden Norman with the INT. Andy, it looked like it should have been picked initially. It's not. It bounces off the head of a Columbus player. And I'm sorry, that's not even Norman. That's Trayton Norman, not Jaden Norman. It's Trayton Norman. My, oh my.
What a big play, and he's the guy that had a couple picks the last time these two teams squared off. This time getting back to pay dirt, the pick six. Boy, and you said it, through the hands, off the hands. Norman will take it, and he knows what to do with it.
Wow, that is what you call a momentum-changing play. The Bearcats are now up 10. 9:40 to go here at Foster Field in Kearney, Nebraska. We'll be back.
Buy any new Chevrolet, Buick, or GMC in October and get a $500 Stay Kearney gift card at Central Nebraska's premier GM dealer, Midway Chevrolet Buick GMC in Kearney, or thinkmidway.com/GM. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Cunningham's Fire, providing fusion comfort food in Kearney. And by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
It's not just about the shoe. It's about your fit.
What sets Fleet Feet aside from everything else that we've experienced is my girls being runners. They have very different needs. And so that technology with the scanning and the personal touches is just unmatched. I met Lori almost 16 years ago, and when I saw Lori open this, I knew there was no other place that I wanted to go to have someone help me with my footwear and everything else involved with running. Fleet Feet doesn't just fit your shoes, they fit your life.
Fleet Feet Lincoln. Find your fit today.
Well, things have changed quickly here in Kearney. Columbus with the ball, thinking, all right, we can drive it down the field and potentially take the lead. One pass later, ball bouncing off a helmet, through another defender's hands, and you find Kearney up by 10 now. 9:40 to go. Still a lot of time, but man, oh man, the Bearcats capitalizing on that turnover.
This is a spot, though, where Columbus isn't going to be able to just sit back in their normal style of offense. They're going to have to play with a little bit more pace. I'm not saying they're going to have to, start slinging it around a whole bunch and get outside of themselves. No, there's still plenty of time, as you mentioned, but they're not going to be able to, just gobble up time wastefully because they're down 2 scores now, and we're in the fourth quarter, so things have to start happening for this Discoverers offense. I think their touchdown drive was about 9 minutes and 40 seconds in the first half there, so going to have to play a little more pace than that.
Going to Daniels here on first down. Knocked out on the far side after a 4 or 5 yard pickup.
Official's actually going to say he was tackled inbound, so the clock will run. But should stop now as we have an injured player.
So 9:26 to go. We'll take a break. Columbus trailing Kearney by 10 here in the fourth.
Whether we're talking commercial or residential plumbing, Lamel Plumbing is the place you call. Lamel provides 24-hour emergency service as well. Call them if you get in a tight spot. And as for their retail items, well, you got to check out some of their faucets, some of their kitchen items, and some of their bathroom items like their Onyx showers. And hey, say you've got a digging job, you call Lamel Plumbing for that too. They've added a full-time crew for you, doing backhoe, trenching, and sewer work. Take that digging job off your list and have Lamel do it for you. That's Lamel Plumbing in Beatrice, now at their new location on North 7th Street in Beatrice.
Whether you're rolling up in a semi, pulling a horse trailer, heading to the lake with your boat, or just cruising in a car or motorcycle, Speedy Mart is your stop. Fuel up fast, grab your favorite snacks, stretch out with plenty of parking, and step inside for a roomy store and friendly faces. And hey, teams love it before and after the game.
All right, second down and 4. Discoverers go to the air. Completion to Renteria.
Now that is an element of their offense that they're pretty darn good at. Those quick passes to the outside.
Now Wojciechowski on the ground. He runs over Florell. That's an angry run. 9 yards.
Kept those wheels a-churning.
Discoverers needing more of that. Under 9 to play.
See, now you're seeing a little bit of the hurry up. I kind of like this, the demeanor right now of this offense.
Now Lopez long. He was hit by Cole Larson and taken down.
Boy, that was a big-time block, too, from Wachowski, helping his fellow runner out. And some good sportsmanship helps out the player he knocked over. There he is.
See that, yeah.
Number 26. Michael. That's a good Halloween name.
There, well, Wojciechowski not much there.
26, Michael Wojciechowski. For the Bearcats on the tackle, 78, Ty Fisher.
Boy, I know you're only down 2 scores, but if you get something positive here, I almost feel like you have 2 more downs to work with. It almost feels like 4 down type of territory.
And Williams' pass is tipped. Is it picked off? It is. Levi Pohfal, the INT. It's the 4th turnover forced by this Bearcat defense. And again, it was tipped. And Pohfal gets the INT.
The most impressive thing there was the backside of that defense. Everybody staying home. There was misdirection to the left. The backside did not bite. They stayed home, got the tip ball, tip drill, Pohfal takes advantage. INT once again for this Bearcat defense.
Well, if this is the way things turn out with the Kearney Bearcats coming out on top, that is a stat line that sticks out. You're winning the turnover battle,
yeah.
+3. And Atchison keeps it, lowers his shoulder, picks up about 7.
Flag is down. Yeah, and, you know, head coach Cool even talked to us about that before the game. Like, we got to win the turnovers. Our defense has to make some plays. I'd say they've done that.
Well, illegal motion will negate the Atchison run.
Atchison's probably saying, well, you could have saved me a shot there. Called the play dead. That's a heck of a hit I had to take there at the end.
I'll rub some dirt on it. You're fine. 1st and 15. Pohfal alongside Atchison. Atchison will keep it again. Another big gain with his legs. Close to 10.
Yep. Stays in bounds too.
43, Carter Sedlacek.
Yeah, and quite opposite of how Columbus's offense was operating. Now you're seeing the Bearcats, who sometimes they do kind of crank it up and kind of push the tempo. Now they're going to go ahead and take their time, try and wind this thing down a little bit.
We'll be sure to stay tuned, for our post-game show where we'll talk to our Nebraska Orthopedic Center player of the game, as well as our Heritage at Fountain Point interview, all coming up at the post-game show when this thing's concluded. Atchison wrapped up after a gain of about 3.
When you got to think the way the Bearcat offense has been kind of rolling here. Pohfal checking back into the game, their leading running back. 3rd and short. Probably going to keep the ball on the ground here.
Timeout taken. Here at 6:30 to go, 3rd and 2 upcoming for the Bearcats.
Looked like a Discoverer was being helped out the field. Helmet was taken off.
Okay, so officials timeout.
Yep.
I think it might have been Carter Renteria at 44 perhaps. So now we're back in action. 3rd and 2 here for Kearney.
One of those vicious linebackers too for Columbus.
Huge 3rd down. Discoverers need to get off the field. It's dumped off. The drive continues. Completion there to Techmeyer.
What a play call, right?
Backfield.
Put the ball in the air. I know it was a short pass, but still, that's Chance it could go incomplete. Clock stops. Excellent job just dropping that little short pass in the bucket there. Atchison, when he does put the ball in the air, he delivers a very accurate ball. This whole season, he's at a really nice completion percentage.
Now we're under 6. Pohfal. Powerful run up the middle. His 14th carry of the night. That one goes for 9.
Yep. Good blocking up front, a lot of movement with the offensive lineman getting upfield, hat on a hat.
Bearcats in no hurry to snap it. There's Pohfal. Hard hit, but a first down.
Yeah, now you're starting to see some of those big interior offensive linemen starting to lean on their guy a little bit. And it is at the point where you feel like you got to gamble a little bit if you're Columbus. Trying to rip that ball out, make a play.
Ten seconds on the play clock as time continuing to bleed away. Kearney looking to put this one on ice. You get points here, it certainly would do that. You're already sitting pretty good as Pohfal has a short carry up the middle.
Good penetration there from Bryce Brown, young man we highlighted in the pregame. Getting in there like that heat-seeking missile, as you referred to him as earlier. That's going to be a Columbus timeout, it looks.
Be sure to stay tuned for our post-game show. It's brought to you by Custom Sports, from screen printed t-shirts to sublimated jerseys. They have what your team needs to look great. Check them out at customsportsco.com. Brandon Axman, Andy Klassen, Class A playoffs, 8 versus 9. Seeing scores come across the screen. It's looking like the winner, and this is sort of what everyone anticipated, will get Westside. They're leading 28-7 currently as number 1 seed in the bracket. No surprise with Millard South up 38-zip. A couple of upsets seed related in close games. Millard North, the 11, leading Omaha North currently by 3, and also East up on Central.
Yeah, I was going to say, East on the road, heading to Omaha, up by a touchdown.
Prep, the 2 seeds starting to separate themselves from Southeast, but another Lincoln team, North Star, hanging with La Vista South.
Yep, up by 1. That game's winding down, under 4 minutes left to go. North Star clinging to that 1-point lead.
Second and 11 for Kearney. Pohfal hit again for a loss.
That's just good assignment, sound defense. Michael Wachowski, we said his name a number of times. He sprinted out to the spot where he knew he needed to be. Take away any thoughts of bouncing that outside, finding the sideline. No, sir. Wachowski getting out there and making the play.
Running back, meet running back.
Yeah, I know where you're trying to go. I know where you're trying to get that football.
Also had Carter Renteria helping clean it up, but we saw timeout taken by the Discoverers. They know if what little chance they have hinges on stopping them here, and you're hoping you can hold. I mean, no points, obviously, but if you keep Kearney to a field goal, it's still a 2-possession game.
Coach Cool being very thorough with this offense here. Guys, we're in control, but you've seen it throughout this game how quick that can change.
Seeing Pohfal's nearly 500 yards entering tonight. He has 17 carries, has had to earn everything he's got against this tough Columbus defense.
Yeah, I mean, he was the leading rusher last time these two teams played. 19 carries, 67 yards. You know, so not the biggest average, but man, you got to earn it when you're playing a defense like the Discoverers.
They go to him here, and he rumbles across the 5, and that is a backbreaker for Columbus High.
Big play. Big third down conversion right there.
Just right up the gut.
Pulling guard came out. Boy, and the guard, he had trouble trying to find someone to block. It was so well done up front. Stoltenberg, number 52, did a great job coming across. Pohfal kind of outran him. Got that first down. Boy, and you said a backbreaker of a conversion there.
Three and a half to go. Keep riding to Pohfal, who is hit, continues, and gets into the end zone. Touchdown for Pohfal. That's a big one, his 7th touchdown of the season. And that all but seals it for the Bearcats.
Impressive, impressive run. Keeping his feet, running with leverage, running through a couple tackles there, finds that goal line, breaks the plane. Put another 6 on the board for the Bearcats.
PAT is good. And Kearney is sitting good. 24-7. It's been the Bearcat defense that has been stifling. Defense turning to points. Pick 6 here. Also the Pohfal touchdown, the latest for the Bearcats. Oh, he also can play defense as well. We'll be back. 24-7. Kearney.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back. Sure.
We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes. We have wedding bands. We'll be back for that.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
Severe weather is part of life here in Nebraska, and staying informed makes all the difference. I'm Kent Boughton. At News Channel Nebraska, we help you prepare with accurate forecasts, important severe weather information that you need to know. When the skies start to turn, know where to tune in. News Channel Nebraska severe weather coverage, sponsored by All American Roofing.
Welcome back to Ron and Carroll Cope Stadium, Foster Field. Kearney is feeling good right now after that Pohfal touchdown. Puts this one pretty much out of reach for the Discoverers, you have to say, at this point.
Yeah, and Pohfal really kind of showed you everything you need to see there as far as him being elite running back. Mentioned the pad level, getting lower than the lowest, running with power behind his pads, but he also made that little move right at the line of scrimmage. And he got his feet tied up with his quarterback, but he kept his balance. I'll tell you what, good enough to get across that goal line.
So Columbus High, Williams, going to see what they can do here with the final 3:18 to play. Williams forced to step up, taken down from behind. Techmeyer gets to him.
Yeah, those long developing plays, you know, those down defensive linemen, rush ends. This is where they make a lot of hay. Williams tried to climb the pocket, get it, you know, and buy himself some time, but just collapsed in a way where there's too many defenders in the neighborhood.
Eisenman, he's running angry still across midfield and into Bearcat territory.
Eisenman's had a really nice game. Out of the backfield, he showed you his power and his speed at times. Boy, the defense was thinking he might string that out. No, he put his foot down and got upfield.
It's a 20-yarder for Eisenman. That one incomplete to Lopez Long.
Intended for number 2, Simeon Lopez Long.
Interesting, too. Obviously, I mean, interesting. A great win for Kearney, but this score does not indicate how close this could have been.
Yeah.
And obviously, turnovers tell the story, and Columbus was just on the wrong side of it tonight with those three, and you have to credit the Kearney defense for causing those. And there's a hard tackle by Florell.
Yeah.
But this is a hard-fought game between two good, gritty teams from greater Nebraska.
Yeah, it really was. And, you know, those big plays and even some of those turnovers, you kind of felt like it could have broke either way. I mean, both those interceptions were kind of a tip drill type of scenario where, you know, anybody could have came down with it. And, yeah, Columbus just found themselves on the short side of the stick.
We'll start against the Discoverers here. Make it 3rd and 9. Williams stepping into this one. Picked off again. That's the second INT for Trayton Norman, who had the pick 6 earlier. This time he goes out of bounds.
Norman just does a fantastic job playing center field from that free safety position. He had 2 interceptions last time Columbus and Kearney played. Followed up with a multiple pick game here tonight. Boy, the seniors brought their A game for the Bearcats.
And that Westside game getting out of hand now. 42-7 Westside over Bell West. That's who Kearney gets. They will be traveling to Westside in the second round next week. Millard South clearly advancing. Millard North still on top of Omaha North. And Lincoln East ahead of Central. A couple of upsets potentially in the making.
That's why you have to play the game, right?
That's why you play them.
That's why you got to play the game.
We have this last score coming in. North Star Papillion La Vista South. The Gators still on top by 1. As the Bearcats will just wind this one down.
Yeah, and you mentioned a moment ago, the score really doesn't reflect how close this game was. Just a couple of big plays here and there. Turnovers really do flip things out of whack, and that's kind of what happened, especially when you have a defensive score. Give all the credit in the world to the relentless defensive pressure put on by the Bearcats here. 5 turnovers? Wow, what a performance.
+4 in that turnover category. So we'll see one more snap before this one becomes official. Hats off to Columbus. A great year. Coach Williams known all of these players, this group of 20-plus seniors since they were 3rd graders. His son taking up over the helm as the starting quarterback here in the summer. Doing a great job making back to the playoffs for the first time in 4 years, 2021. But their season will come to an end. And the Bearcats' season will continue. As the clock ticks down, your final score will be 24-7. A great game between these two greater Nebraska programs. It was turnovers that made the difference. Kearney winning that battle +4, forcing 5 turnovers to the Discoverers 1. The Bearcats will get Omaha Westside next week on Friday. Stay with us. Our post-game show is coming up next. We'll talk to Coach Cool and our player of the game. Your final here at Foster Field, 24-7.
Heading home after the win, Speedy Mart is the ultimate team stop.
Stay alive! to stay alive at Speedy Mart.
Icy cold drinks? Check. Tasty snacks? Double check. Fast fuel and room for the whole crew? You know it.
Be aggressive! And make sure to go to Speedy Mart after the game.
Darling, I believe everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry, cause you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do, just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
We got your back.
The air inside your home can be 2 to 5 times more polluted than outside air. John Henry's priority is keeping your home safe and healthy for you and your family. Cleaning your home's air duct system is an important part of that goal. Our service professionals will clean your air ducts using top-of-the-line equipment that pulls air in reverse through the duct system, while using compressed air and agitation tools to remove unwanted particles. Once the air is discharged, it runs through 3 stages of filtration, leaving your air duct system restored and functioning cleaner than ever. Contact John Henry's today and schedule your steps to a healthier home.
The postgame show is brought to you by Custom Sports. Check them out at CustomSportsCO.com. This is Nebraska. It's beautiful and vast, dotted with hardworking rural communities. And they are why News Channel Nebraska exists, to deliver quality, heartfelt news from the entire state of Nebraska. From Long Pine to Chadron and Nebraska City to Rushville. From the challenging stories to the joyful ones, you'll find news from across the state in every NCN broadcast. This is Nebraska, and Nebraska is home.
Women have a 1 in 8 chance for developing breast cancer. Early detection makes a difference. Beatrice Community Hospital's Imaging Center can help with the latest technology, from screening with 3D mammography, breast MRI, breast ultrasound, and breast biopsy. All services conveniently located in the BCH's Imaging Center. Schedule your screening today. Incredible care, incredibly close.
I spend with purpose because I bank with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. With my Liberty Plus checking account, I can earn extra cash just for spending on everyday things, like groceries, online or in-store purchases, and lunch. At Liberty First, anyone can join, so start earning money to spend on the things you love. Start banking with purpose. Start banking with Liberty First Credit Union.
From the heart of Nebraska to across the state, RMV Construction is building more than just structures. We're building trust. RMV Construction has grown from humble beginnings to become a trusted name across central Nebraska and beyond. With unmatched craftsmanship, cutting-edge innovation, and an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction, we deliver projects on time, on budget, and above expectations. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. Let's build your vision together. It's the thrill, the hope, the long shots, and the turnovers. The big hits, the kills, the dunks, the strikes, the surprises, the joy, and the heartbreak. And that's why NCN Sports bring you more than 200 live games every year. News Channel Nebraska. This is home. This broadcast is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or good-to-go convenience stores today. The Carpet Shop in Norfolk, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years. And by Heritage at Fountain Point in Norfolk.
For over 40 years, Claybaugh Pharmacy has been your trusted, family-owned, full-service pharmacy. We provide traditional medical options, medical equipment, immunizations, and over-the-counter products. We take pride in going above and beyond to improve the health of our community. And to ensure you have a seamless experience, manage your profile and refills with a touch of the finger from home. Claybaugh Pharmacy in downtown Beatrice, your hometown family-owned pharmacy.
When you have the inventory people want and a team that understands what you need, there's one place to go. Big Red Motorsports in O'Neill. Name brand ATVs, side-by-sides, and high-performance machines built for work, made for play. And the service doesn't stop at the sale. Big Red Motorsports delivers, literally. Free delivery with your purchase. It's all here in O'Neill. Big Red Motorsports.
Welcome back to Kearney, Nebraska, where the Bearcats pull off a round one in the playoffs victory. Joined now by head coach Brandon Kuhl. What are your initial thoughts? That was a grinded-out type of victory.
Yeah, we had a lot of opportunities there in the first half, and we didn't get an opportunity to score points except for a field goal. And then Columbus had a great drive there in the second half. Our second quarter, they took the ball almost the entire second quarter, and then finally scored against us. And so, again, we made a couple big plays. Trey Norman's interception for a touchdown really got us going. And take my hat off to our coaches. They did a great, assistant guys did a great job putting our kids in the right spot. And when we needed to make a play, we were able to make a play. So hopefully it'll continue here next week.
You told us before the game this was going to be kind of a gut check type of a game for your defense, and they were going to have to make plays. Boy, did they. 5 turnovers.
Yeah, no. In order to survive, you're going to have to protect the football. You're going to have to play great special teams. You're going to have to tackle. I thought we did a pretty decent job of tackling those guys, and that's a tough offense, as many different looks that you give you. So, again, guys up front, control the line of scrimmage, do a great job of tackling, and at the end of the day, we were able to make some big plays defensively.
Tell me a little bit about the resiliency of your offense. You mentioned a couple of times coming up short in the first half, but, boy, you righted the ship in the second half, made a couple of big drives, especially in that late fourth quarter.
The game of football is 4 quarters. Yeah. And we talked about that at halftime. Okay, you got to weather the storm. Welcome to the world of playoffs. You got to fight through adversity. You got to be resilient. You got to have a little grit to you. And so for us to come out here and did a good job of stopping them right away in the first series of the third quarter, and then able to score a big touchdown and then got the interception, that just got a lot of momentum on our sideline, and then the rest is history.
Another big part, you mentioned it, the student body, you thanked them, and then they thanked you by singing you happy birthday. Happy birthday, Coach.
I appreciate that. We got the best student body in the state. These are great kids to coach, great kids to teach, and at the end of the day here, we want them to celebrate it with us also.
And what can you tell me about tonight's player of the game, Levi Pohfal? A fumble recovery, an interception, and then a touchdown rushing the ball to cap it off.
Well, he doesn't have a choice. He's got to do all that stuff for us, and he's got a lot of game experience and just tough, physical kid. When you become a senior, things change, and when you have that type of leadership, I'm sure glad he's on my team.
Coach, thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's bring in our player of the game, Levi Pohfal. You are doing everything for the Bearcats out there. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. That was an exciting win for our whole team, and we're all ready to play for the next team.
Take me back to that first fumble recovery. It just looked like you were Johnny on the spot. Ball just kind of fell into your hands.
Yeah, so I was actually coming around. I thought they had the guy wrapped up, and then I just see the ball pop up. So I'm like, all right, I'll grab it, and then I try and take it as far as I can.
And then you're Johnny on the spot once again for an interception. It was a tip drill, but you guys you put yourself in the right position and good things happen. Is that something that Coach really stresses to you guys during practice?
Yes, that we work on that stuff all the time, working on being in the right place at the right time. We also worked on that exact play that they did, and then so I saw it. Our guy obviously blocked it first, and then I got it, but we were working on that all week long. So
another workman-style performance from you offensively. 19 carries, 60 really tough yards, but you got that touchdown on the end. Tell me about that offensive line, because, man, they're opening up some lanes that are late for you.
Those are all my best buddies. I mean, we hang out a lot. We chat all the time. We just mess around with each other. So it's a credit to them. They've done everything for our whole team, and it's all of them. So
how important was it to play this first-round game in the playoffs at home? The students rushed the field afterwards. You guys were having a good time. They're singing happy birthday to the coach.
It was really important for us. That's one of our goals, is to host a playoff game. So we wanted to play that here. We wanted to play them here again, and, I mean, it was fun.
What can you take from tonight's performance to try and extend your season one more week, setting you guys up well for another round of playoff football?
Being physical, being disciplined, staying with what we're doing. Just making sure we're always at the right spot at the right time, and just keep doing what we're doing.
Keep doing what you're doing. Levi, thank you for your time. Congratulations.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Brandon, let's send it back up to you in the booth to wrap this one up.
Thank you, Andy, and congratulations to Levi Pohfal, doing it all, rushing it, scoring, picking the ball off, and recovering fumbles in the Bearcats' 24-7 victory. That player of the game interview brought to you by Nebraska Orthopedic Center, your healing destination, and also brought to you by Heritage at Fountain Point, where they are redefining senior living with a steadfast commitment to comfort, compassion, and dignity. Heritage at Fountain Point in Norfolk, living better. All right, let's take a look at our top plays to see how everything played out tonight. Halloween night matchup, Class A playoffs, first round between the 8 and the 9 seed, Kearney and Columbus, colliding. This is a rematch of just 2 weeks ago when the Bearcats went to Columbus and defeated the Discoverers 10-0. Kearney with the ball first. Opening drive of the game, 3rd and long, and you just chuck it up. Zach Atchison connecting with Jaden Norman. Big-time catch of 46 yards. The Bearcats remain in business on the game's opening drive. They would end up getting 3 points, a 28-yard field goal by Carter Semington. Then the Bearcats did some good things on defense. So this is after the field goal. Columbus trying to answer. Ball pops out. Levi Pohfal is there for the fumble recovery. Columbus's defense would respond and keep the Bearcats scoreless off of that turnover. It's still 3-0 as we head to the second quarter. Then Columbus starts to take over. This drive started with 6 seconds remaining in the first. 7 minutes and about 25 seconds come off the clock before they end up finding the end zone. That 17-yard rush there by the Discoverers. And Carter Eisenman, he gets the ball again on the next play, lowers the shoulder 4 yards into the end zone. Columbus takes a 7-3 lead at this point with 4:41 to go before halftime. That would be your score at the break. Discoverers leading, and they would get the ball to start the third quarter, but would be unable to do anything with it. This time, Kearney with the ball, and this really could have been a defining moment in the game. A 3rd and long, Discoverers think they have a sack. It somehow pops into the hands of Zach Wolf, the 6'1", 240-pound offensive lineman who gets a first down. The drive continues for the Bearcats. A couple of plays later, Atchison chucks it up, and it falls in the hands of Norman again, this time for a 20-yard touchdown. So Kearney takes the lead. They're now up 10-7 midway through the third quarter. It's 10-7 as we head to the fourth. Columbus with plenty of time trying to take the lead back. Williams throwing the ball. Looks like it should have been picked. Bounce off a Discoverer's head into the hands of Trayton Norman. And this is what you call a house call, a pick six. Norman gets all the way into the end zone. A backbreaker for the Discoverers. It puts the Bearcats up by 10 with just under 10 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Columbus, though, in trouble, down by 10, knowing they need to take some action. Unfortunately for the Discoverers, they would turn the ball over. Levi Pohfal would get the interception. Then a few plays later on offense, he would rush the ball into the end zone. Pohfal with 19 carries and 60 yards, including that 4-yard punch-in. That made it 17-7. Columbus in desperation mode. Picked off again. It's the second INT for Trayton Norman, and it's 24-7 after that Pohfal score. That would remain the score. 24-7 is your final. The Discoverers season comes to an end at 6-4. Their record is. Kearney gets the victory 24-7, and they improve to 7-3. The Bearcats will get the winner of Westside Bell West, which is Westside. So they are heading to Omaha Westside, taking on the 1 seed next week.